Tell me about yourself.
My name is Erick Merino. I am from Salvador. I have been in the US for 6 years. I am fluent in Spanish and English. I am part of the Europe program. Europe is a 1 year competitive career development program comprised of college level courses, professional training, and a 6 months professional internship in financial operations. Earning the equivalent of 31 college credits recommendations through the American Council of Education, recognized fully by 2,000 colleges and universities nationwide. Through Europe, I just started an internship at State Street as a financial specialist in the pricing department. I am also currently enrolled in Match Beyond, a program partnered with College for America that helps youth further their education. I am currently pursuing an associate's degree in business in general.
Tell me about your past work experience.
I don't have work experience per se, but I have volunteered throughout my sophomore year in high school at the Mario Humana Academy. Mario Humana Academy is located in Boston, Massachusetts. I volunteered through the Science Enrichment Program, which is a program focused on coaching kindergartens with the purpose of enriching their knowledge in science. I collaborated in groups to manage 30 kindergartens. Through these groups, we set up some reading sessions for the kindergartens so that they can enrich their knowledge in science and the biology of science.
Describe a time when you worked well on a team.
Europe has three main group projects that had to be completed every 7 weeks. During these projects, I was assigned to a four-person team, and our task was to set up an IPO. During this project, I had a great experience working together with a well-composed team. I never knew I could work so well with others. During this project, everyone did their part, and the communication was perfect. We were always on the same page, and because the communication was so great, everyone was very supportive of one another. This project was finished ahead of time, which gave us some days to revise our work and make sure that all the requirements were met and that we didn't make any errors.
Tell me about a time when you had too many things to do and had to prioritize your tasks.
Europe focuses on teaching their students three courses: communication, Excel, and, solving problems in the workplace. By the beginning of the 7 weeks, we had a big project to get done with a deadline of 6 days. And during this time, the other courses hand out assignments as well. During this time, I had to prioritize my tasks. What I did in order to get my work done at that time was I first look at each of my assignment deadlines and then organize them by the importance of the assignment. Once I organized them, I made a timing schedule detailing how much time I wanted to spend working on each project. This strategy worked well for me because I finished all my assignments in time and before their delivery date.
Tell me about a time when you had to go above and beyond the call of duty.
Um, I remember when I just arrived at the US. I didn't know any English, and once I started school, it was difficult to understand what was being taught to me. Once I finally understood the language barrier that was preventing me from learning, I decided to put extra work and more effort into learning my second language. I remember asking my father for extra lessons after school just to be ahead of the rest of my class or just to make sure that I could understand what was being taught to me. I've always been a good student, and to me, not understanding what was being taught to me was difficult. And I don't know, I just think that in order for you to truly understand something, you have to go beyond the Call of Duty and make sure that you know what you're doing and master what you're doing.
Tell me about a time when you worked effectively under pressure.
During my senior year of high school, I was enrolled in to take a forensic science class. It was the first time that this class was being taught in my high school. Because it was the first time that this class was being taught, the teacher didn't have a concrete plan on how the class will turn out and what to expect. Well, as it turned out, because this class counts as a science course, it was mandatory to participate in the science fair. We were told that we had to participate in the science fair only 1 week before it was due. This put a lot of pressure in the class to get this project done. Once we had divided the class into groups, we were ready to begin. Due to having a strict timeline, my group decided to divide the work among ourselves equally and report to each other at the end of each day. Because we had a great communication and we helped each other, we were able to meet the deadline, while many other groups could not.
Um, Give me an example of a time when you showed initiative.
Throughout the year program, they asked their members to volunteer and do some guest speaking to help Europe spread the word. I volunteered for one event where I had to guest speak to college recruiters about my experience at Europe. I spoke in front of 30 people and gave them my experience, and I also answered questions and concerns that they presented to me. At the end of the event, I was praised for a job well done by my coach Stephanie Pinto and Michael Goldstein. It was a great experience that I would like to do again in the future.
Is there anything else that you would like us to know about you?
Well, I love to read. Reading is my passion. I can read all day for all day. I like to read fiction novels about Chinese mythology. Thank you.